The Department of Defense will soon have unfettered access to Google's AI models. Snapchat is rolling out sponsored AI agents. And the FTC says Americans lost at least $2.1 billion to social media scams last year. It's Wednesday, April 29th, and here's a quick look at some of the news happening in and around tech this morning from Engadget. Google has signed a deal that allows the U.S. Department of Defense to use its AI models for any lawful government purpose. Now, that's according to a report by The Information, which also noted that the full details of the contract are classified. An anonymous source within the company has suggested that the two entities have agreed that the search giant's AI tech should not be used for domestic mass surveillance or autonomous weapons without appropriate human oversight and control. However, the contract also reportedly does not give Google any right to control or veto anything the government decides to do. So, in other words, the famously trustworthy U.S. government will just have to be taken at its word. A Google spokesperson said, "We believe that providing API access to our commercial models, including on Google infrastructure, with industry standard practices and terms, represents a responsible approach to supporting national security." The spokesperson also echoed that the company holds the opinion that AI should not be used for mass surveillance or autonomous weaponry without appropriate human oversight. Some might argue that the technology should not be used for that stuff at all, oversight or not. Well, to that end, nearly 600 Google employees just signed an open letter to CEO Sundar Pichai to urge the company against making this kind of deal with the Pentagon. This stems from concerns that the tech would be used in inhumane or extremely harmful ways. Google will join OpenAI and Elon Musk's xAI in this endeavor, as they both have made classified AI deals with the U.S. government. Anthropic had a deal in place, but refused the government's demands to remove weapon and surveillance-related safeguards. It was only a matter of time before they found a way to use AI agents as corporate shills. On Tuesday, Snapchat rolled out AI-sponsored snaps, a new way for brands to show up in chat through AI agents. Or, put another way, it's conversational advertising. AI-sponsored snaps will appear in the app's Chat tab with a light gray ad notation next to the brand name. After opening the chat, you can ask the agent questions about the brand it represents. Snap showed an example from its first partner for the initiative, Experian. The bot offers to answer your questions on saving money, improving your credit score, and there it is, exploring loans and credit cards. Whether through credit card offers or other means, the AI agent will presumably try to guide you toward behavior that makes money for the sponsor. So it isn't clear why this would be better for consumers than asking a general-purpose chatbot like Gemini or Claude the same questions. Maybe the answer is as simple as, it isn't, but they know people will use it anyway. Snap says more than 500 million people have messaged its My AI feature since it launched 3 years ago. That was despite a shaky start, where the bot told researchers and journalists posing as young teenagers how to mask the smell of alcohol or cannabis and set the mood for sex. Americans lost at least $2.1 billion last year to scams that originated on social media. That is according to the Federal Trade Commission. That figure marks an 8-fold increase since 2020. The FTC said Americans reported losing $1.1 billion last year to investment scams that started on social media. These often began with a post or ad offering a program that claimed to help people learn how to invest. The FTC said that more than 40% of Americans who lost money through a social media scam last year blamed shopping-related ads, many of which took them to unfamiliar websites. The agency also highlighted the problem of romance scams that start on social media. And most of those scams started on Facebook, with WhatsApp and Instagram in a distant second and third. A lawsuit filed against Meta, which owns all three platforms, last week claimed that it misled users about scam ads. Last year, it was reported that Meta was making billions of dollars from ads promoting scams and illegal products. Of course, other types of internet scams are snaring regular folks. The FBI said earlier this month that Americans reported losing nearly $21 billion to internet-related crimes last year, more than half of which was to cryptocurrency scams. Artificial intelligence scams cost Americans around $893 million last year, and that's just what people have reported losing. Many victims will not file complaints to the FBI or the FTC. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Lawrence Bonk, Will Shanklin, and Chris Holt. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.